Kenya's United Democratic Alliance party officials have concluded their week-long visit to Uganda as part of a benchmarking program. During their stay, which included a meeting with President Museveni, the UDA officials expressed their admiration for the NRM's ideological principles of patriotism, Pan-Africanism, democracy, and socio-economic transformation.
That's why I said we are here. When we were younger, we believed that we needed to have an ideology, then we needed to have an organization, and then we needed to have leadership as the three necessary ingredients for political transformation. Yesterday, and within our interactions at Nali, and now today with the Secretary General, we are clearer how we want to move. We want to tool ourselves with ideological software.
The UDA officials, led by Secretary General Hassan Umar acknowledged the close ties between Kenya and Uganda, emphasizing that the two nations are not only united in business, but also through shared values of brotherhood.
It can just not be about material enterprise, about looking at Uganda just as a market and East Africa as a circle. We must look at ourselves as brothers who have a common destiny, that the suffering of Uganda is equal to the suffering of all Kenyans. And for that matter, all of East Africans. So,
both Secretary Generals, NRM's Richard Todong and that of UDA's Hassan Umar agreed to collaborate not only in sharing political experiences but also in the socio-economic transformation of their people.
Our genotypes, we are similar to each other. So there is no reason for us to hate to the extent that you want to hate someone until he or she is out of the surface of the earth. And because of that, the conviction we have is that we are brothers and sisters in Africa. And that is why Uganda attracts so many refugees. Because whoever comes to Uganda, we treat him or her as a brother or a sister.
That African camaraderie. At these days, when I went to the East African Legislative Assembly, they were bragging that we have border crossings. I said, why do they even need to be there in the first place? But maybe because of our security for the time being. But as we build our economic prosperity, we move progressively towards the East African Federation, these borders must disappear. Common border crossings.
Secretary General Richard Todong of the NRM hosted UDA officials at the party's headquarters in Kampala. He emphasized the importance of peace and security within the East African community to foster development. Todong also advised the UDA officials to remain vigilant against foreign interests and other threats that could undermine the sovereignty of African nations.
The neoliberal forces are coming back. They are pulling Africans either left or right. They are dictating. I don't know whether you feel what we feel in Uganda. That Uganda is like a beautiful village girl that is being admired by every boy in the village. The Americans have come. The Russians are calling for conferences. The Indians are calling for this. The Chinese have come. Who else? The Arabs are coming in. Do you feel that? They are not coming because they love you. They are coming because they see something around you. So how should we as a revolutionary parties act and conceal our population from such damages that might be caused?
Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kampala.